This is No Chase from Society. I am your stand-in host, Derrick Myers. Chris is not here right now, but he'll be on the next episode. Sitting with me today is one of my old friends, Kyle Jones. He is someone that I've known. God, man, what's it been? Like 20 years?
Uh, getting there about 15 or 16 years now.
Yeah, yeah. So, welcome to the show, bro.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, tell everybody a little bit about what interests you with film. Like, what's some of the genres that you love to watch?
I am a die-hard action junkie
Okay.
to begin with. I pretty much watch anything, but first I'm always going to look in the action and the adventure section.
Mm-hmm.
I do enjoy the intellectual films as well.
Hmm.
Some people may not enjoy them as much, but I like things that kind of, you got to think through the movie that got really good twist in it.
Yeah.
So those are the things that really get me excited. Like if you can fool me, you're really good because generally I figured the movie out about 30% of the way through, and I pretty much can anticipate what's going to happen. So
Yeah. I hate figuring out what's gonna happen.
yeah.
What's some of your favorites that have actually surprised you?
Oh man, that's a really geez. Now you got me thinking which ones really got me. Let me get back to you on that one because I really don't like. I'm drawing a blank right now for some reason. It's
Yeah.
weird,
Yeah.
right? You have those moments like I could see the movie in my head, but I'm like, crap.
Yeah.
Um, like one of the older ones, maybe like with like Jean Claude Van Damme,
Oh yeah.
where he was fighting and it ended up being like twin enemies at the end of the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
one of the old '80s movies, so that was one of
Yeah.
the cool ones. I figured that out like right before they said it. And it kind of, I was young then, so you'd have to
Yeah.
forgive me on that one.
No, no, I never I watched a couple of his movies, but I never got into it like that. I think I only watched like maybe three or four of them like when I was a kid. I don't even remember which ones they were, but I like Steven Seagal more than Jean Claude Van Damme
Yeah,
as a
Steven
kid.
Seagal. You know what? I love Steven Seagal, but I hate him at the same time.
I know.
You know, it's like he never gets beat up, like for
Nah.
real, for real.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. What are your favorite action films?
What do you might consider as action? Maybe not. I don't know, but like Ready Player One.
Oh man.
Yeah,
That was a phenomenal one.
that, and I know nobody's really gonna agree with me on this one, but that became my all-time favorite movie. And I know that's saying a lot.
Really?
Yeah. So Braveheart was my favorite movie up until that point.
Okay. And I remember you telling me about that before. Yeah. So what made that
The
number
the
one?
mix, it was like this kind of like digital plus
Mm,
real life, and then they mixed in everything 80s.
yeah.
And I'm a huge fan of the 80s,
Yeah.
except for the dress.
Yeah.
The wardrobe was horrible in the 80s. Like, why are we wearing stripes and zigzags? It
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense. Like, what kind of drugs are we doing back
A
then?
lot of the hairstyles were wild too.
Right. Well, I
Yeah.
grew up in the 80s, so for
Yeah.
me, it was so nostalgic.
Yeah.
And just I think they had like over 200 '80s references in that movie,
Hmm.
and it was like Easter eggs, and then of course it was about video games, so that was
I love seeing a lot of those video game references in there. I gotta
yeah.
watch that again because it's been I haven't seen that movie a little over a year now, but that
Really.
um that one I'm ready for the sequel for that one.
Yeah, I've been hearing rumors around it. I am anticipating maybe like a 2-year release from that,
Yeah.
but I don't know how they're going to swing it. Honestly, I think they should leave it alone because it ended so well. I think they
It
did a
did.
really good job with the tying in the past, but adding this future concept to it. Like here's where video games are going to go with virtual reality. So there was that this dichotomy that I thought was really they played really well in it.
Yeah, yeah. I know they just released a book for the sequel, which I'm assuming the movie is going to be based off that book, somewhat
Yeah,
like roughly like Game of Thrones.
yeah, because that Game of Thrones followed the book to the T, Right.
Yeah, yeah. What's his name? George R. R. Martin. He just released a statement recently saying that this is so
you
annoying.
gotta do jumping jacks, man, to get your life going.
But he just released a statement recently saying that he hated that the series, which was based on the book,
Mhm.
the series actually surpassed him with his actual writing. So by the time he was actually able to write something else, the show was already far beyond where he was already going to take it, and they already took it in a different direction. So there
Right.
was nothing he could do about that.
And I hated the way I loved it, but I hated it at the same time, the direction that they took.
Yeah.
I thought they could have did a lot. It left a lot of unanswered questions,
Oh yeah, for
and
sure.
shame on them for shutting that down and trying to move on with it, because
Yeah,
honestly, you could have extended that series out another 6 or 7 years.
bro. I mean, just like even the guy with the with the many faces. I forgot
Yeah,
what his name actually was, but that whole thing just it just kind of just
yeah.
phased
What
that whole
happened?
story out. Yeah, I still want to know what took place with that whole thing.
Right.
But money talks. Money talks. So these the directors wanted to go work on Star Wars, and then they ended up getting fired from that. So
Right.
that God, man, I
So,
actually hope they think about redoing that last season, because there's a lot of stuff, again, a lot of loose ends, and the way they ended it, I really didn't like it at all.
oh, it
Like,
was terrible.
that was
That last season
horrible.
was awful.
That was horrible, and you could see they were getting lazy. They were having Starbucks coffee cups in the shots and everything like that. Yeah, but that is a show I would like to see redone if they're going. I know I'm definitely looking forward to the prequel.
Hmm.
The prequel is going to be very interesting because I wonder if they're going to touch on Ned Stark a little bit more on that.
That would be ideal, especially since with Bran Stark having the visions about what really happened,
Yeah,
and and kind of understanding the family ties and the family lines,
yeah,
and maybe even go into the Targaryen lineage a little bit too. That would be
that would make
cool.
a lot of sense. That would make a lot of sense. Yeah.
We'll see.
What's what are some things you've been watching lately?
Well, honestly, I just finished this really dope action movie with Dave Batista, of all people.
Army of the
Yeah.
Dead?
No, not although I thought that was going to be a trash movie. That actually turned out way better than I thought it was going to be. I
But
was like, I
yeah.
was drinking and I was just like, let me try, let me see what happens. It might be a good laugh, because I used to do
Yeah.
like sci-fi. Was it mystery science theater?
Yeah,
You turn
yeah,
the volume down and you just voice over everybody. I would do that
yeah.
at home. And I'm thinking like, well, Army of the Dead. Okay, if this is stupid, then we'll just take shots and then we'll pick a character and just verse them.
Yeah.
Army of the Dead was kind of dope. I ain't gonna front,
It was
but the movie was called Final Score, and
final
it's on
score.
Amazon Prime. And so the premise is, this political faction takes over and locks down the stadium, and they basically set the stadium to explode within a time frame,
Wow.
if they don't find the person that they're looking for. And Dave Batista gets in the middle of it, accidentally, um, through his one of his family members, and then just all hell breaks loose.
Oh man.
And I'm gonna tell you, like, it's pretty much action from start to finish. So some of it's movie fight, like, nah, get out of here with that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, it's on Amazon Prime and it's free.
I'm gonna have to check that out because you know what? I can't say I've been sleeping on Amazon Prime. I just forget about it because because I was so caught up in HBO Max,
Yeah.
and
Oh, really?
that yeah, I actually think HBO has surpassed where Netflix was in terms of bringing content, newer content to the
Uh,
forefront.
yeah. New content, yes. Trash content, same thing. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, because Mortal Kombat was butt cheeks,
Oh my god.
and then Kong versus Godzilla was right on that same level. It's just like, what is happening right now?
Yeah, because the director of Kong versus Godzilla said that there was going to be a finality, like someone was going to lose.
Right. Yeah. Well, we all know who lost that one.
Yeah,
The movie, and the moviegoers
yeah,
lost.
everyone.
That's
Yeah,
awful.
that was horrible. But I'm gonna check that out. You said it was final score.
Yeah, final score. It's on Amazon Prime. So if you have a Prime account, it's free. Just
Yeah.
look it up. I literally just finished watching it like 10 minutes ago, right before we hopped on this.
Okay. I'm gonna check that out.
Um, and then I watched another one right before that. Another pretty. It was like a slow burn action movie, but once it
Mm,
got going, it was pretty good. It was with Jason Statham. Um, and the premise is he's a mob boss collector.
mhm.
He's a collector for the mob at some point, and then he's basically getting revenge. I think it was called Redemption. Yeah, that's what it was, Redemption.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Man,
So
I
that
haven't
was
seen anything with him in a little minute. I bypassed Hobbs and Shaw.
yo, dude, you need to watch that.
That was good.
Dude, that movie is really good. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Hobbs
Okay.
and Shaw. So let me throw out a disclaimer there. It's Hobbs and Shaw. It's still Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
it gets cheesy in some areas, but overall the movie was good. But probably about the middle of the movie, Dwayne the Rock Johnson and Jason Statham really build that good chemistry. And
Hmm.
there's like a roast session for like 20 minutes throughout the movie, and
Oh,
it's
really?
and because Kevin Hart's in it, and there's this.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you didn't know that, did you?
No.
Yeah, yeah. So Kevin Hart is in the movie, in the middle of the movie. It's like a surprise. I was like, holy crap, I didn't expect this. And then there's this complete roast session between Kevin Hart, The Rock, and Jason Statham, and it goes
Oh.
on for like 20 minutes. I'm telling you, man, I was on an airplane coming back from Africa, and I'm in tears laughing because I'm trying not to disturb the people in front of me. I mean, I
Yeah.
literally had tears running down my face. I was laughing so hard.
Okay. I'm gonna check that one out tonight though.
Yeah,
That
it's great.
I didn't because I love the Fast Furious series
Mm-hmm.
up until what was it, five, I think. Five or six is where that was just like the cutoff point for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then, everything has just been I don't like because they got away from the premise of
Yeah.
actually racing to now being superheroes. That so I don't I don't like that, man. Vin Diesel is gonna be Vin Diesel, so you gotta love him. But I actually thought that what was that movie he did? Bloodline, I think.
Oh, Bloodshot.
Bloodshot.
Yeah,
That was actually phenomenal.
yeah.
That was the best movie I've seen him in
Ever.
yeah, it's been a long time. Probably since what was that series? Chronicles of Riddick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was probably the first one.
The first one.
The first one since then.
Everything else was
Yeah.
after that. The whole Riddick series after that was like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was a lot. There was a lot of cheesy moments in that one too. But
mm-hmm.
um, man, I actually speaking of Kevin Hart though, I watched his new movie Fatherhood. Have you seen that?
No, but I've been hearing everybody cry about it. That's a play on words there.
Yeah, bro. I'm gonna be completely honest. Kevin Hart, and I still haven't seen his other movie he did with Bryan Cranston.
Awesome.
Like, that's all I keep hearing about it.
That movie was awesome. Best
I
movie I've ever seen Kevin Hart in.
see. I think he should more so go along those lines of that type of film because what was that? Night School, I think that he did with Tiffany Haddish.
I refuse to watch that because I don't like Tiffany Haddish films.
Okay, see, I don't either. That was actually a good movie though. That was actually it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I just watched it because I had HBO Max. It was
Mm,
on there. Like, why not take a shot at it? It was it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. It
mm,
wasn't really that corny, but the balance of drama and comedy that he has with fatherhood, I can't speak for the upside, but for fatherhood, the balance that he has in that movie, that should be more so along the lines of where if he's gonna do a movie,
Yeah.
that's how he should do it. Unless it's with The Rock, because they have such great chemistry that the comedic timing is actually really good. So if they want to do a comedy, to me, if they want to do one, that's awesome. But the mix of drama and comedy, he does it really well. Honestly, I
Mhm.
didn't expect that from him, but he killed that. I think you should watch that. I think you should watch it.
Yeah, I was looking. I was like, I want to watch it, but then I don't want to have the sniffles because I hate crying in movies.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm a
yeah,
G. I haven't cried since Mufasa died. You know,
yeah. Yo, real talk. I've been finding myself crying at different movies for like I know what's going to end up happening. I know the ending of the
yeah,
film, but I've been finding myself like either tearing up or like really emotional. You know what the last movie that did that to me was?
was a
Raya and the Last Dragon.
that was a good movie though. I ain't
That
gonna
was
lie, I had a little tear in
phenomenal.
my eye too.
That was phenomenal. But it was like something they said at the end of it that just hit me right in the heart. I was like, why did that do
Right.
that? Why did that do that? But I don't know, man. I think I didn't cry with fatherhood,
Hmm.
but it'll make you sit there like, damn.
Hmm.
it will hit you a little bit, but you're not. I didn't cry, so I can't speak for anyone else. I didn't expect to cry with it, but I
Yeah.
can see why people did.
Well, I mean, I hear it's an emotional film. I
It
haven't
is.
really got the true premise of it. I haven't watched it at all. Ryan the Last Dragon. I was again flying overseas, so I got a chance to watch that. In my opinion, that's the best movie. That's the best movie Disney's put out since The Lion King. Um,
I'm not even mad at that.
dude, I was thoroughly impressed with that movie. And if I'm not mistaken, it's based in Indian mythology,
I think so.
um,
Yeah.
or something because it seemed like it was a lot of Indian kind of references in it.
Yeah.
Um,
I think if it, was-
I'm looking at
yeah,
the names
yeah,
of the names of the dragons, and they were Eastern
yeah. You
Middle
you
Eastern
can't you
Indian.
can't really place the characters themselves, but the names, yeah,
Hmm.
most definitely.
You get names like Promptu and
Yeah, yeah. That was a really good movie. I think actually the movie prior to that Disney released, I think like a year or two ago, was Coco. Did you ever see that?
yeah. Coco was really good too.
That hit
I
me
still
too.
think Riot was better than Coco.
I could see why. I think it was too, but they're like, if Raya is up here, Coco is like right
Yeah, it's
there
really
for me.
close.
It's
It
like
is.
that was a phenomenal film, and
Well,
for good.
you got to think though, like they stopped, and this is not to not cause any drama or anything like that.
Mhm.
It's no longer black and white
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah,
Now they even though they're still using characters, it's more let's figure out the diversity of this world and tell those stories, which
yep,
is why Coco was great because it told the ethnic background of Hispanic people, especially when it comes to Mexicans.
hmm,
Raya is great because it's telling a Middle Eastern Indian background. The what's the other one? Um, Moana is
oh my
telling
god,
telling the story of the Samoans,
yeah,
and the Pacific Islanders. So when you get the culture involved now, instead of just being black people and white people and mostly
hmm,
white people, but
yeah,
these princesses and they're all pale. We get tired of seeing that,
yeah.
because it doesn't touch you. And you're probably asking yourself, why am I crying about this? Well, these people look like me. I can relate to them.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, yeah. It's I like that they're moving toward showing more diverse characters. It's about time. Sometimes I wonder though, like, is it becoming too commercialized in certain instances?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because like you're starting to see different things take place just in society in general, where I- I'm sure people that are the decision makers are. I'm pretty sure they have good intentions, but it's just so commercialized. Like Juneteenth, for example.
Oh God, don't get me
I,
started.
Ma- you make it a federal holiday, and then everybody gets a day off. That
Right.
doesn't make sense to me. That
You know what? I'm not gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole because we're gonna be getting emails like, who do you think y'all should be talking about?
hey, bro,
Yeah,
nah, we touch into all
yeah.
that.
He said, hey, how about some reparations? No, but we
Oh,
can give you a holiday where we give all of our guys off. Is that cool?
yeah,
Mm,
yeah, and then and not allowing for critical race theory to actually be taught.
right. Oh God, oh,
You're not actually discussing the ins and outs of all this stuff. You're
right.
just have a day off, move on.
Right. So what you're saying to me is, I'll give you some vacation time, but don't bring up anything that makes us feel uncomfortable because we don't like that.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mm, okay.
Yeah, yeah. I just that's why like I'm like I love seeing the diversity in films. But some of it is just like it feels either forced, and I'm not talking about the Disney films in general, but I'm just saying just overall, a lot of the stuff that I'm seeing starts to feel forced because like especially if you watch like ads, right? Like
Mm,
you'll see a black woman with a white man.
yeah.
Very rarely do I see a black man with a white woman, but it's always a black woman with a white man, and they're going like I just saw a Traeger commercial yesterday on YouTube. That's exactly what it was. I was just like, okay, like I'm not that I have a problem with it, but at the same time, it's just some stuff just feels forced. Some stuff feels very unnatural with how they're putting things together in either ads or films. So
Yeah, I agree with you. It is force fed. There are it's interesting the advertisement they're trying to capture the truth of population. I do like the fact that they're including more plus size women
yes,
in their natural clothing.
yeah,
It doesn't necessarily have to be covered up.
yeah,
It might not be the most appealing look to some people, but that's what real people are. That's who they
yeah,
are. It's,
yeah,
hey, I look, I got bubbles over here, or
yeah,
I got lumps over here, I have pimples.
yeah, yeah,
Hey, my teeth are missing. I mean, these are the people
yeah,
that are around the world. These are 99% of the people. The 1% of the population that is 119 ounces
mm-hmm,
and can fit into a size -0
mm-hmm,
are very minute,
yeah,
very minute.
yeah,
So
because
it's good to
it's
see people.
everybody doesn't look the same.
Right.
Like this that's what I loved about what was that show? Oh damn. On HBO. Um HBO Max did a show last year with Je- uh Jesse Smollett's sister. I forget her first name.
I don't know who that is.
Hold on, let me
Is that Juicy Smollett?
Juicy Smollett.
Juicy. What did Dave Chappelle call him? Juicy Smoothie.
Yeah, yeah.
Juicy Smoothie.
Yeah, but like there's she hold up. Did you watch Loki? Have you seen Loki?
I have not.
Oh man,
That's on Disney Plus, right?
that's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just got rid of Disney Plus because every time you try to play a movie, it decides when it wants to like remix itself, and it'll like pause and come back, pause and come back. It's like
Oh.
picky, picky. Hey, you're not gonna see this ending for 30 minutes. All right, what is happening right now? I'm sick of this. I've seen this episode 13 times for the last 4 hours.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they do. They definitely need to update everything. But there's a lady in there named Wunmi Mosaku.
Bless you.
I, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, but she's a plus size actress.
Okay.
Oh,
Did
Lovecraft
she play
Country.
Joppa? This I shouldn't say that. That was messed up. Just
Oh
joking. Just
man.
joking.
But no, she was in Lovecraft Country. That was the other show that I was talking about on HBO Max.
I've been
Um,
hearing about that one.
bro, that was one of the things that I loved about that show, and what you're talking about is having plus size women in these projects. She is phenomenal.
Mm,
She's phenomenal, and she's one of the main characters on the show. And they show her like, bro, I'm not gonna ruin it.
mm,
Just watch the show. It's like I think like 8 or 10 episodes, and she is phenomenal. I'm actually really glad they didn't cast someone else for
mm.
that role, because she kills it. And you think about it, like maybe like 5-10 years prior, we wouldn't be seeing something like that.
Right.
And it's just interesting seeing how everything has shifted over the last couple of years to where we're seeing more plus size actors and actresses, um, and even black women in general in
Yeah.
these lead roles. That's what I love. That's what I love seeing. So Lovecraft Country, take like just take my word for it. Watch the
Yeah, I've been
show.
hearing about it. I'm gonna have to check that one out. I don't have HBO Max anymore, but
Oh, you don't? Yeah,
no,
Matt.
I got rid of it after Mortal Kombat. I was just disgusted. So I'm not
That's a
wasting my
reason.
money anymore.
That is a good reason. Yeah, at that, I don't even want to get into that show, that movie. That was
You know what? So I went
horrible.
back and watched Mortal Kombat the second time with no expectations because I thought it was going to be like the first one.
Uh-huh.
But then somebody was like, you know what? It is what it is. It's a fighting movie from a video game. Like, what are you really expecting here? I was thinking, like a storyline that makes sense,
Yeah.
but maybe my expectations are too high. I'll just
Yeah.
pay attention. The fight scenes are great.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
After that, I don't, Jax was horrible in the acting.
Bro,
But
Jax with the little tink tink arms.
oh my god, that was hilarious. What did the guy say? Did they come in adult size? Kano was hilarious in that movie.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was phenomenal. I just, are you going to watch the sequel?
The sequel, they're gonna make another one. Oh,
Yeah.
mm,
They set it up to make a sequel.
okay.
Now, if is it confirmed that they're making it yet? I haven't seen that it is actually confirmed,
Mm.
but they were already talking about it. Yeah.
As long as it's gonna come on something we don't have to pay for it, like that thing should come on like NBC or something,
Yeah.
or like Cartoon Network.
Since you already pay your cable bill, here you go.
Yeah, I don't even have cable, honestly. I only pay for movies that I want to watch.
Yeah. No, are you more into just films than TV series right now?
No, I'll mix it up a little bit. I don't have a lot of time to watch a bunch of stuff, so when
Yeah.
I do sit down, I just watch what I want to watch.
Yeah.
I'm just starting to get caught up on really old stuff, like
Like
The
what?
Americans.
I never watched any of this little.
The Americans is awesome.
I
I
didn't
don't know.
watch
Do you know the premise of it?
it. Mm-mm.
So the
It's like some, like
Americans,
there's some spies, right?
yeah. So they're
Yeah.
they're two Russian spies, and essentially they're trying to prevent a war, but they have to carry out spy duties as well for Russia. So it
Oh,
seems
okay.
like they're playing both sides of the fence while trying to be invisible. Right?
Oh.
It's okay, dude. I can still see you when it's still light out.
I
It's
don't.
not like you disappear.
I don't. I just don't like it for the picture itself, but
So
um
get a fly from outside, let it buzz around the light, it'll stay on. Yeah,
yeah, man. No, I have heard about the series, but I haven't watched it. But that was on FX, right?
yeah. But now it's on Amazon.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, you can watch the entire series on Amazon now.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that and I just finished the first season. It's only one season of Lupin or Lupin, as they call it, Lupin.
That's how you pronounce it.
Lupin. Yeah,
I've been saying Lupin the entire time.
yeah. Well, that's what Americans do.
Yeah.
We pronounce it the way we want to because we're so ingrained with other cultures and not egocentric at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'll, is that a good series?
Yes,
Okay.
it's one of the better ones Netflix actually put out.
Oh,
It's in
really?
French, so it's English dubbed.
Okay.
So it's like watching a Chinese movie with French people.
God. Okay.
But
All right.
it's pretty good.
Okay. I'm about to check that out then too, because I've been hearing a lot about that. But no, I've been catching up with some other shows like the Mayans.
The
Um,
Mayans.
yeah, you
Is
watch
that an
Sons of Anarchy?
HBO Max thing?
No, nah. FX. Did you watch Sons of Anarchy?
I did. I actually finished that entire series.
The Mayans is
Oh, the spinoff.
Hispanic.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Hispanic.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
What's that
yeah.
on? Like, it's only on FX or
Oh, you can watch it on Hulu as well.
who has that?
I do.
Oh, it's like let's say like I look at Hulu. Hulu's like Arby's. It's like you only know three people who
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
go there or use it.
Still trying to figure out how they're in business.
Like Arby's is a bodegas. I have figured it out. Like it has to be a front for the mafia because nobody eats there.
Bro, I haven't had Arby's in like 12 years.
Dude, you're lying. Nobody's ever eaten Arby's. I don't think they've ever had one customer.
Now, provided when I went in there, there was only like one person in there.
See, look, and that probably was the person that was collecting money for the mob.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't I can't front though. Hulu does have some good stuff on there.
Yeah.
They have some good stuff. There is one show that is I don't even know how to really describe this outside of just being sick. And I don't know. Well, pretty sure it was a white person that came up with the concept of the show, but it's called The Teacher, and it's about I think it's actually based off a book, but it's about this woman who actually falls in love with one of her students, and
Okay.
the dynamic is interesting because you would never I'm not advocating for this at all, right? But I find it interesting that that's something that's more socially acceptable as a show for a woman to be the teacher and the student to be a male. That's okay, but if anyone decided to do this the opposite, where it's a
Right.
male teacher and female student, that's what I'm saying, like that's gonna be like shunned off the rip. This one didn't. This show people loved, and I'm like, I got grossed out watching it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's where I'm kind of conflicted with some of these shows that I'm seeing now, because I don't know where we draw the line. Like I don't I, what where's the line for what's okay and what's just disgusting and we shouldn't touch it, right?
Yeah,
Or
well,
is
you're
it okay
assuming there's
to
a
touch?
line.
Well, yeah, that's true. Is it something that you think is okay in art um to replicate because it's an art? It's just a film or just a show? Is it more so okay to do it like that than just in, like, you know actually in real life? Do you think there's an issue with that?
Yeah, I think the issue is that if it doesn't generate dollars, then it doesn't. Then people don't care. Or
Yeah.
if it doesn't make money,
Hmm.
then they care.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like, all right, I look at history, right? And this is again not to advocate for this mess. This is
Yeah.
like really the first century or so, maybe century and a half, that adults and children were really kind of separated when it came to relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And so it feels like to me, unfortunately, that people are kind of moving back to that, like, hey, it's okay to date a 15-year-old if you're old, you guys are in love.
Yeah.
That's been the history of mankind, is young women and older men. And
Right.
even
Right.
look at now, the women love older men.
Yeah. Yeah.
Young women love with, because there's a stability, there's a wisdom, there's a structure, and then young guys are generally stupid.
Yeah.
So women don't really want, they're not really attracted to them,
Yeah.
and so that's a thing, and I don't know why it is. Maybe it's human nature, and we all just kind of put it in a box for a while, and then now
Mm-hmm.
it's coming back to it. But I'm not an advocate for it at all.
Yeah.
I think those things should be separated just because of the type of knowledge and manipulation that can take place there. But
Exactly. I mean, there's I'm not sure if you ever checked it out, but there's a show on at HBO Max, excuse me, called Euphoria. Um
mhm,
it's a it I've only seen one episode, and I actually refuse to actually finish the rest of the series. I've heard plenty of great things about it, right? But it's really a show based on these high school students taking drugs, having sex, all that stuff, right?
yeah,
And I'm pretty sure the cast itself, or the of the main characters, really, I'm pretty sure they're more so like in their mid 20s, late, closer to late 20s, right? But it's still hard to, because when I'm watching something, I like to dive into it, right? I like to feel
mhm,
like I'm there, and want to, feel what the characters are feeling. But I find it repulsive to sit and watch something where there are teens having sex. And it's not like
right,
you're just insinuating it, you're showing it.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And like that also feels like that's something along those lines of like is this really necessary? You know what I'm saying?
right.
And I've heard plenty of great things about it. I can't see myself watching that again. I legit got nauseous watching that.
Yeah, it's like teens. I mean, it's for teens. I don't know, but they're
Yeah.
trying to normalize a lot of stuff that is, old school in my opinion, like old school, talking about like 14, 1500s. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but then again, you look at the characters who are in these shows, and you can see why. You've got your Epstein's and you got your R. Kelly's and every,
Oh yeah.
they do what they do, but whatever.
Yeah.
That's not my cup of tea,
Yeah.
and you just I don't support it. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. Well, let's go ahead and get into our feature presentation. Um, we are discussing, as you see, the what was this, 2020? Was it 2020 or 2021?
I think it was actually a 2020 movie.
20.
I want to say it was.
Yep, 2020. We're going to be discussing 2020 film Parallel, which is Amazon Prime, and we can watch the trailer right now, and we'll get into it right after that.
To our new house! Woo! Well, I told you that house you guys are renting had bad energy.
This is a fake.
What?
Come check this out.
There's like a staircase back there. I'm pretty sure we lost our deposit.
Whoa.
Maybe someone lived up here like a squatter. Whoa! What the? What are you doing? No, wait.
Oh my God.
I saw us. Us here? Yes, I watched this for like 15 minutes. You were gone for like 5 seconds. Stop. 1 minute here equals 3 hours there.
Each time you go through, it's like it resets the timeline. I think it's parallel universes.
Holy
This is the biggest unfair advantage in human history.
we just steal other people's ideas?
I found it in an alt this morning. Can I show you something? Things could get messy. Just because this is tragic doesn't mean we stop thinking.
He's not himself. He's breaking the rules.
We gotta do something about it. I got a storage unit full of stuff that'll set off revolutions. We'll take the world by storm. Something's behind all this.
But we all know that you ain't that good.
He's a real person.
Is he?
You've crossed a line.
We crossed the line.
All right, so that was the trailer for Parallel, Amazon Prime. You can check that out. It's directed by Isaac Esben, starring, I'm pretty sure I'm going to mess this up, but Amel Amin, Georgia King, and Mark O'Brien. This was actually Kyle's selection. So what led you to this movie, bro?
Boredom. Yeah. Don't tell you. Listen, I don't get bored very often. You know, when I sit down, we're just kind of flipping through, and again, we were just drinking, and I'm like, I took out the trailer, and I try not to watch too much of an Amazon trailer because Amazon tends to show you the entire movie in the trailer. I don't know why they do that.
Trailers in general are like that.
Yeah.
I haven't watched a trailer fully before watching the film probably since Iron Man 2.
Yeah, I stop about halfway through because then they go all the way to the ending. I'm like, dude, stop! I don't want to see all that. Just give me the premise. So we're flipping. I'm like, yo, this might be an interesting concept. And so I was like, oh, let's check it out. And I looked at the movie, and I was like, yo, this is kind of dope.
Yeah.
That's how it started.
Yeah, let me see. What would you so let's do you want to give the premise of the film?
Yeah, I'll do that, sure. So generally, again, when we're flipping through and we see the trailer, the premise is this concept that there are parallel universes, right? Or multiverses, as we call them. We all know from Spider-Man that's absolutely 100% true.
Yeah.
And the multiverse is real. If you don't believe that, you need to go back and watch Spider-Man again.
Yeah.
Right? Showed all the multiverses, promise. And so these individuals get hold of this doorway to get to these multiple, universes, and essentially there are small variations within each universe, and they're trying to figure out. They use it to their advantage to make themselves or give themselves an advantage in their own universe. Obviously, there are some nuances and things that obviously go wrong and right within the movie, and they're trying to figure out their ways around and navigate the waters between the universes, as well as their own character development and morals. So,
yeah. Did you were you able to keep up with how many universes they actually visited?
I wasn't. And the reason why is because I don't know if they showed everything. And that was one of the issues that I had with the movie, is that there wasn't real clarity on the universes, especially. And I don't know. Do we give spoilers out here?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you pay attention to the show, there's spoilers all through.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen the movie, stop now and go watch it. Other than that, the unanswered questions is like, okay, I thought you couldn't come in contact based on quantum theory. You can't occupy the same space as yourself. So how in the world does this guy have an opportunity to have conversations with himself? And then like psychologically, that destroys every scientific theory ever put out there about if I saw myself, I should have this breakdown. Like, hell, what the hell? You, me? Hey, it's like that scene from Spider-Man.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
dude, what the dude? You're wrong. What the hell's happening right now?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I was like, that was a question I had too.
yeah. Because I would be completely honest. If I walked into the room right now,
Yeah, yeah,
stop the presses, bro. There's no way I'm gonna be calm about that.
no,
Like that should really throw you off seeing yourself come into contact with yourself.
right.
You know,
You know
I
what though?
originally
I'm gonna fight myself to see who wins.
right, yeah. I know if I came into the room right now to fight me, I would probably lose right now. You know why? My neck is like really messed up.
Right, you got to stop swinging from the
So-
ceiling fans.
hey man, I'm trying to grow.
Oh yeah,
No man, it's like so I know I definitely would lose, but for right now, but you know, once I go to the chiropractor, no, all bets are off. That is losing. But
unless the other you has stiff stuff too, which sounds weird.
balance, yeah, right. Pause. But
Yeah, yeah. Flag, let's flag on the play. You get a card. You get a card. There you go. All right. So yeah. All right.
oh
So
man,
leading into it, like the questions, I like the movie left more questions to me than answers. I thought the premise was really dope, like the concept of the multiverse,
Mhm.
and the small changes of having the artistic area was the change and the differences between each universe.
yeah,
And like my man's, they brought him back. He had like a psychotic episode, like a psychotic breakdown. He's like, yo, I know this book was a different color.
yeah,
And so, that showed that one, they had different experiences growing up. So obviously things happen differently depending on the universe you're in.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you grow up differently. So again, how did they all pretty much end up having the same gifts and talents if they all grew up differently? And so,
Exactly.
what I mean? So I'm thinking like, they didn't really explain a lot about, okay, where the hell did this thing come from?
Mm-hmm.
You know, um, why was it in that particular house?
Mm-hmm.
What happened to the old lady? You
Yeah,
know,
because it like if you think about it, if she was trying to, because they explained in the film that this old lady, I'm not even sure if they said her name, but this old lady was trying to kill herself
right,
in another in this in I guess in this in the first universe, trying to kill herself so that she can relive her life or be with her husband that I think that had passed away. You would think that she would just destroy the mirror so that no other versions could come in to take over. That would be my first thought. Like
right.
just in case, you know, I'm gonna break this thing up, and then and then of course you will have a movie, but they really didn't explain much about her at all.
No.
They
Not
really
only
did.
that, but we don't know which universe she actually came from.
Right.
It's like, all right, well, you're coming from like what really should happen? Like, if you kill yourself, does that kill you in other universes? Apparently not from the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're able to kill one version, which then takes away from the universe that version was in, right?
Right.
So it's like there is a ripple effect, but
Yeah, there's left a lot of questions.
there's a lot of questions because it's like, how do you explain how this person died in a different universe? Are they just
You
now a
just
missing
disappeared.
person?
Right.
Like
They're gone.
yeah, it's just it's very weird, very weird. I don't know, and like you said, if you're not supposed to come in contact with yourself, does that if based off theory, it's supposed to basically like kind of like mess both universes up, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to, I guess, called like a cataclysmic event within the universe that's happening to. But then even like towards the end of the movie, like when it's going out, they showing different people from their different universes. Where the hell did the other girl come from? The mirror was broken.
That's what I was just about to ask because she. So what's her name? Lena and Devin, which is a white lady with a black guy, which goes against what I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
But they were able to survive this whole thing of because what's his name, Noel or Noel, he basically goes into a power overload, just trying to soak up as much power as he can to get as much money as possible,
Right. And
and
technology.
technology and
Right.
and have the advantage, which, to be completely honest, I thought was phenomenal because in the beginning when they talked about the time difference. So I think one was like 1 minute equal like 3 hours.
3 hours. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, there. So that was great, but I think they kind of got away from the time difference.
Yeah.
I think they messed up with that because there was no real time difference between universes after they were able to develop this app.
Yeah, and then on top of that, like, all right, when you're bringing other people back into this universe, so they're dead and they're over here for hours, but over there it's like minutes or seconds.
Yeah,
So they might have been gone for the last 50 years, but somebody might just, in like a half an hour might have just passed
yeah.
in the other universe. And they're like, hey, where's Billy?
Meanwhile, he done lived a whole different life, which technically, if you think about it, they touched upon that with the Avengers Endgame.
Mhm.
You remember how Captain America went back and he replaced the Infinity Stones and went and lived his life
Yeah.
and came back as an old guy.
Mhm.
Like like even with that movie, that there was some parts of it that was still kind of like, I think like maybe like one or two questions that I had that were still unanswered. They fulfilled all questions in that for the most part.
Well, except for the parallel universe moving in a different direction with
Yeah.
different choices. I'm like, okay, well, that's weird.
Yeah, which I think they'll end up discussing. See, they have a whole universe that'll allow them to answer questions later on,
Right.
right? So I think that's fine, which I think that's why you need to watch Loki. That's why you need to go ahead and get the Disney Plus, bro. Because
Okay, so side note here, um, God of War. Have you
yes,
played that game?
I'm about to get a PS5. I think probably before the year ends, and I'm gonna
Oh,
play all the God of Wars.
okay, never mind then, because I don't want to ruin it. Then, yeah, there was a very. I'll just say this: there was a very interesting dialogue at the end of the last one that they made, and I
Oh,
was
okay.
just like, holy sh, you know, whoa,
I
that's
gotta
what
get
we
into
do.
it, man, because I've been on Xbox since Halo, first Halo. I've been on Xbox, so I'm going to go back. I'm going back to PlayStation. I you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hey, Derek, do you know there are airplanes and cars that we drive now? We don't have to ride in horse and buggy anymore.
I know. I'm aware. I was actually going to switch to PS4. You know what stopped me?
No.
The new Halo that came out. I was like, oh, they come out another one. Okay, cool. Let me just go ahead and just get Xbox One. And bro, I was so pissed when I played that Halo game.
You got
I was,
suckered.
I did, I did, I did. I'm. This is a part of my change in life. Back then you could whisper sweet nothings in my ear, and I'll go along with it.
Dude, I've been trying to tell you for the longest that Xbox is trash,
I
trash.
agree. I agree. I
There's
agree.
no anchoring games. Halo is mediocre at best.
Oh, beyond. After three, it was nothing to do.
Yeah, you
It
should have
was
been
nothing to
came on
do.
the PlayStation.
I know.
Um,
I know. I made a mistake.
Yes, you did. And so maybe we could get Lena and Devin to walk through the portal and destroy Xbox altogether.
Hey, that'd be phenomenal. That'd be
And
phenomenal.
yeah, because they do like I have Nintendo games that are have much better
Much better.
content than the
I
entire
know.
Xbox gaming system.
I know.
So yeah, anyway, uh, the questions, the premise. I thought the concept was, pretty cool. It's not a new concept, multiverses,
yeah.
but the thievery behind it was awesome. I thought that it was really cool that they were like, no, lottery numbers, you don't get those, because that's what everybody would want to do.
Yep.
Yeah, let me go to the universe and get a lottery number so I can change for this date. Yeah, that's so old. And so when they, put it in like this, hey, it's artistic and these are the things, the technology and the art are changing.
Mhm.
That's the premise, and that's how you can build real value. I thought that was great right there. What I didn't care for again was the unanswered questions to where this thing came from, who these people were, why were they going through, what was really happening on the other side,
Mhm.
how was it affecting the other side? There was no real ripple, and like it just didn't flow with basic quantum theory.
Yeah. Because like, for example, like butterfly effect.
Right. That one. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they did a phenomenal job of just if you mess with one little thing, how cataclysmic that is for the rest of your timeline.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that. There was they basically were able to skate through time, take what they wanted, and go back to their universe and live it up.
Right. And
Like you
then
charge like almost like it was like close to like $300,000 on your alternate versions
yeah,
of
that was a
credit
total
card.
dick move.
Man. Oh, bro, there's no way in hell. There is no way in hell. I'll find a way to get through time travel to go beat myself up for that.
Well, I said that's why I'm like, yeah, but if I showed up right now, I'm fighting me because I want to know if you took my card. There's no money on it right now, but
Yeah.
they'd be like, I'm charging this, beep.
Yeah.
Sir. Since it was declined. I'm
And see, that's the thing. Like, if he had that, that's another question to me. This dude has so much money in this alternate universe,
right.
which was technically supposed to be his same self. So basically, all they did was go like, was it back in time or forward in time? That was another thing I didn't know whether it was parallel to where they were in that moment or if it was forward or backwards. That's the one thing I didn't understand.
It seemed like it was parallel to the moment they were in because they were in the same house.
That's true. That's
You
true.
know?
That's true.
So that had to have been after, they had success with that app, which is weird because now it's like you're in this house because of the success with your app, but you hadn't had success with the app yet until you bought the house afterwards. It's like, or you
Right.
bought the house, found the time thing, had success, and now you're moving up. So why are the other people still in the house? Are they
Yeah.
should still been broke?
Yeah. Because that's the thing. Like what I didn't understand was if if it was in the present and he's getting money from himself,
Right.
why is it that Noel in the present doesn't have the money?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's there was a lot of things that made no sense to me about their time travel. And I think they had a great premise that they just completely went away from. Almost like how Game of Thrones was. In the beginning, it started off very well.
So
and then,
disappointing.
and then it just tapered off into something else that was not supposed to be. That's how I feel this went.
What was that meme where it's like on the back of the horse, it's like all detailed and it's great, and then you start moving to the front of the horse and it's like a second grader drew it.
Yeah.
It's like, what is happening right now? Why is this unraveling so horribly?
Yeah, yeah, but that's exactly how this went. It was good in the beginning, but they just, and I was actually surprised that the black guy didn't get killed first. I wasn't shocked that he went through the mirror first. That was like, okay, use him as a guinea pig type thing.
Well, he
But
fell into the mirror. He didn't even go into it.
right, well, his arm fell into it. But
Right.
yeah, but even leading up to that attic itself, like these two people, Lena and the other guy, were going through the wall trying to break the wall down, and this
Mhm.
nigga just inserts himself. Hey, I'm gonna break it through.
Right.
Why? I'm gonna sit back and watch you guys. If I even stay.
Because black people don't investigate in movies, first of
No,
all.
no,
Yeah, we don't investigate. We don't want to know what's making that sound.
no. Get away
Bobby,
from it.
hey, Jim, hey, Pookie, that's you?
Yeah.
Oh, hell no, we gotta go. That's
We
the
out of there.
homie.
We out of there, man. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's what didn't make sense to me. But it also did somewhat make sense to me because maybe Devin was a black guy that just grew up around a lot of white people that just kind of like
I mean, well, he ended up,
assimilated.
with the Caucasian girl, so
That was an alternate.
yeah. All
He-
we needed Devin to do was just trip and fall, and he would have been completely white at that point. Just fall over absolutely nothing, and or run upstairs trying to get away from the killer. When the door is right there.
Just trip over like a partial nail coming out the wood.
And
It
then
was
crawl.
yeah.
Get your dumb ass up and run. The hell wrong with you? I can't.
Oh my god, man. Yeah, I don't know. This movie I would never have seen this had you not suggested this. Because I don't watch trailers, so I never would have seen this at all, but what to wrap it up, what would your suggestion be? Would you suggest people watch this or no? What would your rating
Yeah,
be?
I would, because overall I thought the movie was good. The acting was pretty decent as well. It just left a few questions here and there, but I would still give it a B minus.
Yeah.
Overall, it would have really got a solid A if they would have actually answered the questions
Yeah.
about what's
Yeah.
happened and finished out the movie better than they did. First of all, that scene where what's his name, Noel?
Yeah.
When they got him at the end, yo, that was so freaking dope.
Bro, I can't front. I didn't I thought his leg just went through first,
Yeah.
and that was it. And he's just, he just hobbled on the other side.
Captain Ahab.
Yeah. When they showed his face, I was like, oh damn.
Yeah, that was
His
dope how
whole
they got that.
body. Yeah. That was a really good shot.
I really wanted to see what it was like on the other side.
Yeah. Yeah. You just
Yeah.
the
And
back
so,
of his-
so here, he has to stink in the other universe. So somebody would have found that mirror. Okay, so they locked their universe. Does that mean all universes are locked? Or what's happening here?
That is a good well, no, because they broke the mirror, right?
Right.
Devin and Lena drive off together. She goes to the bathroom inside of a convenience store or a gas
and the
station,
other one comes through.
and the other one comes through. So
How?
you see that Jet Li movie, the one, right? You've seen that.
You know what? I was just looking at that trailer. I mean, the on Amazon Prime. Yes, I've seen that too.
Yeah, it's basically like the same thing, like that cliffhanger at the end
Yeah.
where he comes back. Like it's just that whole cliffhanger of just like, well, how do you do this? Wait till next time. Man, that was I was actually expecting them to do another one. I was actually expecting them to do that, but this one I don't foresee a trailer. I mean a sequel to this because
Yeah. I don't think it's worth a sequel on this one because it's just like, what are you gonna play on? Like, what else left is there to talk about except for you just killing each other, and then you end up in the movie The One.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I think with this one, like the only thing that they could even do is to have Lena basically go on that power trip that Noelle went on,
Yeah, no,
and
she was a punk in the movie, so there's that.
she was, but her excuse me, her alternate coming through like that, we don't know how she is. She could basically be like Noelle was in this universe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, question is, did he tell her what was going on in the other universes? Because even in the primary universe, she was down for whatever for herself until she, started feeling bad.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
she didn't really even get, any kind of moral compass until she figured out that oh boy killed the black dude
Yeah.
or put him in another universe.
Yeah. Oh, he definitely killed his ass. I
Yeah,
like. I think. Yeah. I think. It's very intriguing because I think she would actually carry out what Noel had going on
yeah,
because you remember he was dating Lena, like different
all the other ones.
Lenas. Yeah.
Right.
And I think they were in love with him. So I'm pretty sure it'd be like that Charles Manson type of effect.
So
You know,
maybe
so
it's going to be an Army of Lena. So that'll be the
Army,
sequel.
yeah.
Parallel Army of Lena. Bunch of them walking through.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I agree. I agree. I agree with your rating. I think B minus is fair. I would suggest watching it, especially like on a Saturday where you might not have anything to do. You know, I
Yeah.
think this
Or
is
you're
this
high or drunk.
being high watching this would be phenomenal.
Yeah. That's this and Tenet. But
Oh my
oh,
god.
yeah. So that twist on Tenet. Yeah. And we were talking about it now, but Tenet, yeah. That was one I didn't figure out until late.
Bro,
that was a good one.
It was a good twist, but the movie
Is a mind fuck.
it really is, man. Like I was sitting here the entire time just like what? And I love Christopher Nolan, man. I love his movies. But this is the first one that I've seen that I was just like, God, bro. Like, what makes you even come up with this? What makes like you legit either have to be a genius or there's something else going on with you where you're sitting here thinking of this whole scheme to say, oh yeah, this is where we're gonna go. This is how we're gonna get there.
I'm like, you know what? You got to start with the end in mind.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, what's happening right here?
Yeah.
And it's movies like that get me going because I'm like, okay, let me figure this out. And then they just throw a damn twist at you, like, oh shit, that doesn't make sense.
Bro, that's one of those movies that you cannot watch and be on your phone.
No,
I tried. I looked at my phone. I think I like someone texted me or something like that. I went to respond, and I looked back up, and I was like, "Whoa, hold up!
What the hell happened?" Right?
I legit just looked down at my phone for like 2 seconds, and I don't know where we're going now. So now I got to rewind.
Wait, what's oh, you know what? I had to look it up real quick. I couldn't remember the name of it, but I was thinking about one of the movies that I really love, and it's old school movie from the '90s that had a great twist to it. The Sixth Sense. I didn't figure that one out,
bro.
Yeah, I didn't figure that one out.
That one got ruined for me.
Like, holy, that's like one of the only movies that I never figured out whatsoever.
That movie got ruined for me. So when I actually went to go watch it.
Yeah,
because I was. What year did that movie come out? Like
99.
99?
Okay. Yeah, it was like 99.
So I was 9 years old when that came out, right? So I didn't get to watch it till like a few years later, and then it had already been ruined for me.
Yeah,
it had already been ruined. I'm like, oh man, like I already know what's what, so I'm just watching it, just wait for them to say it. All right.
Oh man, yeah, that sucks, man.
Yeah.
That was a really good one. I'm trying to find the other ones that were like really good. Like Seven was really good.
Seven was really good.
That was a great movie.
Yeah.
Inception was interesting. Um,
Did you when you watched Inception, did you watch that and like could follow it the entire time and
yeah,
know what happened? I
yeah,
could
I
too.
followed that one.
A lot of people would say they had a lot of issues with that, like watching it in the theaters, trying to figure out like what's going on. I'm like, they were in a dream.
Yeah, and I followed it. I couldn't follow Vanilla Sky.
I didn't
That
watch that.
dude, you're not fucking missing anything. Vanilla Sky was such a waste of time. It made no. It was like they put 17 directors and said, "Hey, make a movie," and
Oh, that's
everybody had a
horrible.
different idea, and they said they looked at it, reviewed, and said, "Okay, put it out. No cuts, no edits, no nothing. Just go." It
Who
was
was in
such a
that?
horrible movie. It was Tom Cruise.
Oh, oh,
If
oh.
I'm not mistaken, I believe it was Tom Cruise. Let me see, Vanilla Sky. It had to be a Tom Cruise film. Yeah, yeah, it was freaking Tom. Yeah, Tom Cruise.
That's interesting because as anal as he is with how productions are done, I
The
wouldn't
worst
expect that
movie
from him.
Tom Cruise has ever done,
Really?
easily.
Wow.
Like even Rotten Tomatoes gave it like a three.
Right, bro. I, there's some movie. There's a the majority of movies that I watch. I don't go based on their ratings,
No,
but there are some that you look at and like, yeah, I get it. You were right.
yeah, y'all got that one.
Y'all were right on that one, man.
Yeah, well, I don't believe in Rotten Tomatoes either because they like movies like Brokeback Mountain, and I was just like, why? I'm not watching that.
Did you not watch Brokeback Mountain?
No,
I watched it like I think last like when the pandemic hit. I'm
you
because
were bored.
bro, I'm be completely honest. When that first came out, I was like, I'm not. No, I'm good. Two
Yeah.
gay cowboys. I'm good on that. But but that was like I was like 17, 18. Of course, with all okay, coming up in the church,
Yeah,
that was my whole premise of it. Just like because a lot of people in church are homophobic, whether they know it or not. They are.
they are.
So that was more so my thinking on it. It was like, yeah, I'm good on that. That's no,
This is not something I want to see.
it's not that, and that's fair. That's fair. Like I look, I watched it last spring, I think, right when the pandemic hit. I was like, you know what, I got some extra time. Why not? I turned my head on the sex scenes, right? So I'm not watching that,
Yeah,
but
we've seen Game of Thrones. I don't think you can get worse.
it can't. No, it can't. And I turned my head on that too. Truth be told,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. So, but I'm gonna be completely honest, bro. In terms of romance films, that's up there.
I'll
It's
take your word
up
for it.
there. It's it's up there. I'm at the point in my life now where I wanna um I want to be more open with different films that I'm watching, right?
Yeah,
Because I know there are different stories that I'm not paying attention to
mhm.
that are phenomenal stories. There may be certain aspects to it where it just kind of like you either agree with it or disagree with it. Cool, that's fine. But I realized that by saying I'm never going to watch that movie. And I said that when it first came out. My godmother was like all over it. She said, "Oh, you've got to watch it." I said, "I'm good. I'm good." But I realized why it's such a great story. It's more so like there's like I don't even know if there's like maybe there might be like two or three sex scenes in it, and it's like a 2 hour movie. So ratio wise, that's
Right.
that's pretty good. It's like it's not more so just based on that. It's based on just their relationship at in general. And I actually found myself sitting here, I'm like, man, I want them like they should be together. Like I was really sitting here, I was like, this is a phenomenal story.
Yeah,
And I'm like, I was like, man, you know what? Why not watch more movies that in first instinct you might look at it like, nah, I'm not watching that. Because you're cheating yourself out of a great story. If you don't open up to just not just with Brokeback Mountain, but just in general, some movies that you just might look at first glance and say, nah, I'm good on that. It's a good story. It's a like I'm more so like locked in on the story aspect and the
yeah,
development and like pace more so than just like the external factor of it, like what I agree with it or what I disagree with. I'm more so looking at the story and how well it's developed and how well the pacing of the film actually is. Bro, whatever awards they won with that film, they deserved it. They deserved it. I liked it. I really did like that movie. That's actually a movie I'm planning on buying. And I don't buy
really.
movies that I don't buy movies that much anymore. But I mean
That's saying a lot.
it is. And you see my collection right behind me, bro. All my Blu-rays and regular DVDs that I actually plan on buying Brokeback Mountain. That was a great movie.
I don't think I've ever heard anybody say, "I want to buy Brokeback Mountain."
I haven't heard anyone say that either.
Yeah, whatever. This is a lot. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a chance. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to talk to my fiance. Hey, babe, let's watch Brokeback Mountain. I probably gonna get a weird look.
You probably will. You probably
Yeah,
will. I
but
that was
I'm willing. I'm willing to watch things that are very controversial as
yeah.
well. I watch indie films sometimes.
And those are
I'll
some of the
even watch
best
some of
ones.
the movies where they recommend that they say, "Hey, this is great," like The Shape of Water, which was total shit.
Yeah.
That was such a horrible ass movie. That was so bad.
I heard so many people say that. I usually don't go based off opinions, but I heard way too many people say that for me to sit here and go, you know what? I'm watching The Shape of Water.
That movie was god awful.
I will
It
not
was
be watching it.
slow. It was boring. It was totally unengaging and stupid. And I'm like, why is this white lady sleeping with a fish monster?
Wait, what?
Yeah, fish monster thing. Yeah, like whatever the hell. He was like the thing from the Blue Lagoon. I don't know. He's weird. Like the dude is like Caucasian people. Stop sleeping with animals and weird stuff. Like why? Why are you sleeping with aliens? Why are you sleeping with a water monster?
Bro, and it is so funny because when you contrast that with real life,
Right.
there's a lot of people, a lot of white people that are willing to do whatever, and they're not afraid of XYZ.
Yeah.
But when it comes to a black person,
Ah,
you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm good.
I'm gonna go and jack this horse real quick though. Ah, that's not scary. What? What is happening?
Because like, it's not like the horse could kick you, right?
Right.
You know?
No holds barred here, people. Just jokes. Like somebody's really gonna get offended by this, but they'll be okay.
Hey, that's why it's called No Chase Film Society, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
they'll be all right.
they'll be good.
Yeah.
They'll be good.
Yeah. So yeah, I run into movies like that, but then there's like I watch some you know overseas movies like The Raid, which was by far one of the best martial arts actions films I've ever seen in my life.
What's it called?
The Raid.
The Raid. Who's in that?
Oh God, Brahma. What's his name? You've never seen The Raid? It's
I can't say I have.
the Raid movie. You might have seen it. What's the guy's name? It's an Indonesian movie. And God, what's it? Iko Uwai. Iko Uwai. He's a martial artist. He's been in a lot of movies. You see his face, you'll know
Yes, I do know him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
you never seen The Raid?
No,
What?
no.
Dude, I don't care what you do. Before all those other movies, it's in. I don't know what they speak of if Indonesian is a language. I apologize for my lack of intelligence on this. I believe it's a language, but it might be a specific name for their language.
Yeah.
But it's an Indonesian movie. It's based. The premise is, um, officers are going in on a raid on a drug lord in his slum apartments, and war breaks out within the raid. No, it's like these huge high rises of slum apartments, and war breaks out.
Oh, okay.
And the officer Eco is trying to make his way to the slumlord, and it's like freaking Double Dragon.
Really?
Like, yeah, it's like Double Dragon trying to get down there, dude.
Is this streaming?
You might be able to. You can find it anywhere.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. Ip Man,
Yeah.
The Raid.
It's that close?
It's dude.
Okay.
Ip Man,
Say less.
I would actually put them almost equal. When I say, but when you talk about straight martial arts movies,
Yeah.
The Raid, Ip Man, like the
Really?
fighting.
Oh, okay.
Ip Man
All right.
has the great scenes. It has some dope scenes.
Yeah.
But the way this dude fights in The Raid is, oh my God. I will watch that movie over and over again. And there's two of them.
Okay. I'm gonna
Two of them.
I'm gonna watch it.
There's another one that's pretty good too. This isn't Indonesian. This one's with Chris Helmsworth. Extraction.
Oh.
That's my movie.
Bro. That had to be the best cinematography that I have seen in an action film in years.
Yeah, ever since Mad Max Fury Road.
Yes. Bro, oh my God. I was actually thinking about watching that again. Because that just the cinematography. That whole fight sequence or shooting sequence that they had in that I guess that was an apartment building.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we don't want to ruin it because people didn't come on.
hey, bro. They already know. This audience already knows. If you're listening to this, you better watch what we're talking about. We're fast forward.
Yeah.
Extraction.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
That's a movie I will actually purchase again as well, because I have Netflix. I will buy that on Blu-ray.
Yeah, I watched it. I was watching it again the other day. I was like on an action binge.
Yeah.
So I was like watching Unhinged with Russell Crowe.
Did you like that?
Oh my God, that movie was awesome. I loved it. You didn't like it. That's all right.
It was mid, bro. That movie was mid.
Really? I loved it. Because
yeah,
I saw the Psycho. I like the Psycho angle.
Oh, I love that. I love that angle of it. I love the angle of how psychotic he was. But the movie in general, I was just like, like I thought there was a lot of holes in it.
It was, but I looked at it just from an action point of view. Like it was nonstop, pretty much.
It was now that I will say, yeah, I will agree with. There was, the way that movie opened up, just how he just got out of that truck, just went straight to that house and just went ham. Yeah.
Dude, you got to watch The Raid. As a matter of fact,
I'm gonna find it.
I'm probably gonna go watch The Raid tonight. I was about to watch something else tonight. I think it was like Dark Edge or something. I think that's the name of it. It's with Kurt Russell.
Yeah, I know you're talking
not
about.
Not the Edge of Darkness. It's something like Dark something, but he's an officer, and it's almost like a Training Day type of movie.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I didn't watch that one either.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that next. Okay.
Yeah, man. Look. Anytime you want to come back onto the show, you are more than welcome. I'll hopefully Chris will be on the next episode so you can, because I know there's the conversation you two will end up having is going to be just block the day off. Just
We'll do
block the
7
day.
episodes in this one sitting right here.
Because that would be a great conversation. So yeah, I'll once I get back in contact with him, I'll let him know that that we need to bring you back on to discuss
Oh, yeah.
a specific film. Yeah, man. And again, like I said, you can just pick the film and we'll watch that and we'll go from there. But
All right, so you got my movie recommendations, right?
Yes, yeah. But tell everybody where they can find you, what you're up to, and how they can support you with what you're doing.
Yeah, so if anybody wants to find me, I'm generally I'm bouncing back and forth between here and Africa right now.
Yeah.
We're working to help the people over there and support the continent and growth and economics and development. We're in government contracting, so it's a little bit different, but they can find me. You can email me directly in my personal email address, to be honest with you. Kyle M. Jones 80 at Gmail. Or you can email us over at the business info at essgroupinc.net. It's also our website. So you can go with the domain name, or you can go to ESS Academy. That's where they can find me as far as business is concerned. But again, email me, whatever. But I'm on Twitter. I'm on social media, all of what's these things called? I'm on like WhatsApp. I'm on
yeah.
I can't remember half of them, like IG and Facebook, book faces,
Yeah.
I call it. Yeah, I'm on. So if you generally, like most people reach out to me on Twitter or like IG, you can go Kyle Mark Jones ESS Group, but the MARC is in the middle. So KYLE MARC Jones. And then you'll be able to find me. It's like ESS Group. So
most definitely, man. Most definitely. Thanks for coming on to the show, man. It was great seeing you and catching up with you again, because it's been I don't know. I don't even remember the last time I saw you, bro.
Yeah, it's probably been a good 5 years, man. Maybe not that long. Maybe about 3 years.
I'm gonna tell you what. If it was at the church, yeah, it's been 5 or plus. Because I ain't been there in 4 years now.
Yeah, it's been about that. That's about the. So last time I saw you was the last time I went.
Yeah, I don't. I'll talk to you about that off.
Yeah.
Off recorded, but
yeah, I don't. I text God the other day. He said, "New phone, who this?" You remember me, dog? I was one crying in the shower.
Oh God. Oh man, but yeah, thank you guys for listening. This has been another episode of No Chase Film Society. Make sure you catch us on @NC Film Society on Instagram. You can follow me, Derrick_OTS. That's DERRICK, black way to spell it. And make sure to follow the OTS brand, OTS Guys, @OTS Guys, all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. You can catch us at youtube.com/OTS Guys, and check out the website, otsguys.com. Thanks again, and we will catch you all later.
Yep.